Sorry guys, take two. This is I'm continuing on with spiritual captivity, how to tell your family. This is the BYNV sample text continued, Daniel 8. In the 3rd year of the reign of Belshazzar the king, a vision appeared to me, Daniel, after the one that appeared to me the first time. And I looked in the vision, and it came to be while I was looking that I was in the citadel of Shushan, which is in the province of Elam. And I looked in the vision, and I was by the river Ulai. And I lifted my eyes and looked and saw a ram standing beside the river, and it had 2 horns. And the 2 horns were high, and the one was higher than the other, and the higher one came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast could stand before him, and there was no one to deliver from his hand, while he did as he pleased and became great. And I was observing and saw a male goat come from the west over the surface of all the earth, without touching the ground, and the goat had a conspicuous horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing beside the river, and ran at him in the rage of his power. And I saw him come close to the ram, and he became embittered against him, and smote the ram, and broke his 2 horns. And there was no power in the ram to withstand him, but he threw him down to the ground and trampled on him. And there was no one to deliver the ram from his hand. And the male goat became very great. And when he was strong, the large horn was broken, and in place of it 4 conspicuous ones came up towards the 4 winds of the Shamayim. And from one of them came a little horn, which became exceedingly great towards the south, and towards the east, and toward the splendid land. And it became great up to the host of the Shamayim. And it caused one of the hosts and some of the stars to fall from the Eretz, or fall to the earth, and trampled them down. It even exalted itself as high as the prince of the hosts, and it took that which is continual away from him, and threw down the foundation of his Kodesh place, his holy place. And because of transgression, an army was given over to the horn to oppose that which is continual, and it threw the truth down to the ground, and acted and prospered. Then I heard a certain Kodesh one speaking, and another Kodesh one said to that certain one who was speaking, "Till when is the vision concerning that which is continual, and the transgression that lays waste, to make both the Kodesh place and the host to be trampled underfoot?" And he said to me, "For 2,300 Yomim, days, evenings and mornings, that which is Kodesh shall be made right." And it came to be, when I, Daniel, had seen the vision, that I saw understanding, and see, before me stood one having the appearance of a mighty man, and I heard a man's voice between the banks of Ulai, who called and said, "Gabriel, make this man understand the vision." He then came near when I stood, and when he came, I feared, and I fell on my face. But he said to me, "Understand, son of man, for the vision is for the time of the end." And as he was speaking with me, I fell stunned on my face to the ground, but he touched me and made me stand up straight and said, "Look, I am making known to you what shall take place in the latter time of the wrath. For at the appointed time shall be the end. The ram which you saw having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia. And the male goat is the king of Yun, or Greece. And the large horn between its eyes is the first king, Alexander. And that it was broken, and 4 stood up in its place, are 4 rulerships arising out of that nation, but not in its power. And in the latter time of their rule, when the transgressors had filled up their measure, a king fierce of face and skilled at intrigue shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy incredibly, and shall prosper and thrive, and destroy mighty men and the Kodesh people. Sorry about that. I had to pause real quick so I could grab Bella Bean. Okay. okay, let me see where I was. And it caused some of the hosts and some of the stars to fall to the arets, or the earth, and trampled them down. It even exalted itself as high as the prince of hosts. And it took that which is continual away from him and threw down the foundation of his Kodesh place, or his holy place. And because of transgression, an army was given over to the horn to oppose that which is continual. And it threw the truth down to the ground, and it acted and prospered. Then I heard a certain Kodesh one speaking. And another Kodesh one said to that certain one who was speaking, "Till when is the vision concerning that which is continual, and the transgression that lays waste, to make both the Kodesh place and the host to be trampled underfoot?" And he said to me, "For 2,300 days, this is where I was before, evenings and mornings, then that which is Kodesh shall be made right." And it came to be, when I, Daniel, had seen the vision, that I saw understanding, and see, before me stood one having the appearance of a mighty man. And I heard a man's voice between the banks of Ulai, who called and said, "Gabriel, make this man understand the vision." He then came near where I stood, and when he came, I feared, and I fell on my face. But he said to me, "Understand, son of man, for the vision is for the time of the end." This is very important. And as he was speaking with me, I fell stunned upon my face to the ground. But he touched me and made me stand up straight, and said, "Look, I am making known to you what shall take place in the latter time of the wrath, for at the appointed time shall be the end. The ram which you saw having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia, and the male goat is the king of Yun, or Greece. And the large horn between its eyes is the first king, Alexander." Sorry, I read this part too. "And that it was broken, and 4 stood up in its place, are 4 rulerships arising out of the nation, or the Goyim, but not in its power. And in the latter time of their rule, when the transgressors have filled up their measure, a king fierce of face and skilled at intrigue shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy incredibly, and shall prosper and thrive, and destroy mighty men and the Kodesh people, the holy people. And through his skill he shall make deceit prosper in his hand, and hold himself up great in his heart." Let me see. "And destroy many who are at ease, and even stand against the prince of princes. Yet without hand he shall be broken. And what was said in the vision of the evenings and mornings is truth. And hide the vision, for it is after many yomim, or many days. And I, Daniel, was stricken and became sick for yomim. Then I rose up, and went about the king's work, and I was amazed at the vision, but there was no understanding." Daniel 9. In the first year of Darius, the son of Achashverosh, of the seed of the Medes, who was set up as king over the reign of the Chaldeans. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, observed from the scriptures the number of years according to the word of Yahuwah given to Yirmiyahu the prophet. For the completion of the waste of Jerusalem would be 70 years. So I set my face toward Yahuwah the Elohim to seek my prayer and supplications with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. And I prayed to Yahuwah my Elohim, and made admission, and said, "Yahuwah, great and awesome all, guarding the covenant and the kindness to those who love him and to those who guard his commands. We have sinned and did lawlessness, and did lawless and rebelled to turn aside from your commands and from your directives. And we have not listened to your servants, the prophets, who spoke in your name to our kings, our heads, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. Yahuwah, to you is the obedience, and to us the shame of face, as it is this yom, or this day. To the men of Yehuda, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and all Yasharal, those near and those far off, in all the lands to which you have driven them, because of their trespass which they have trespassed against you. Adonai, to us is the shame of face, to our kings, to our heads, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against you. To Yahuwah our Elohim are the compassions and forgivenesses, for we have rebelled against him, and we have not obeyed the voice of Yahuwah our Elohim. to walk in his Torah, which he set before us through his servants, the prophets. And all Yasharal has transgressed your Torah and turned aside so as not to obey your voice. So the curse and the oath written in the Torah of Musha, or Moses, the servant of Elohim, has been poured out on us, for we have sinned against him. And he has confirmed his words which he spoke against us and against our rulers who judged us, but bringing upon us great evil. For under the Shamayim there has not been done like what was done to Jerusalem. And it is written in the Torah of Musha, all this evil has come upon us, and we have not entreated the face of Yahuwah our Elohim, to turn back from our lawlessnesses and to study your truth. Hence Yahuwah has watched over the evil and has brought it upon us. For Yahuwah our Elohim is obedient in all the works which he has done, but we have not obeyed his voice. And now Yahuwah our Elohim, who brought your people out of the land of Mitzrayim, or Egypt, with a strong hand, and made yourself a name, as it is this Yom, or this day. We have sinned, we have done lawless. Yahuwah, according to all your obedience, I pray, let your displeasure and your wrath be turned away from your city, Jerusalem, your Kodesh mountain. For because of our sins and because of the lawlessnesses of our fathers, Jerusalem and your people have become a reproach to all those around us. And now, our Elohim, hear the prayer of your servant and his supplications, and for the sake of Yahuwah, cause your face to shine on your Kodesh place, or your holy place, which is laid waste. My Elohim, incline your ear and hear. Open your eyes and see our waste, and the city which is called by your name. For we do not present our supplications before you because of our obedient actions, but because of your great compassions. Yahuwah, hear. O Yahuwah, forgive. Yahuwah, listen and act. Do not delay for your own sake, my Elohim. For your city and your people are called by your name. And while I was speaking and praying and admitting my sin and the sin of my people Yasharal, and presenting my supplication before Yahuwah my Elohim, for the Kodesh mountain of my Elohim, while I was still speaking in prayer, the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, came close to me in swift flight about the time of the evening offering. And he made me understand and talked with me and said, Daniel, I have now come forth to make you wise concerning understanding. At the beginning of your supplications, a word went out, and I have come to make it known, for you are greatly appreciated. So consider the word and understand the vision. Okay. 70 weeks. 70 weeks are decreed for your people and for the Kodesh city, to put an end to the transgression, and to seal up sins, and to cover lawlessness, and to bring an everlasting obedience, and to seal up vision and prophet, and to anoint the most Kodesh, the most holy. Know then and understand from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince is 7 weeks and 62 weeks. It shall be built again with streets and a trench, but in times of affliction. And after the 62 weeks, Messiah shall be cut off and have nothing. And the people of a coming prince shall destroy the city of the Kodesh place. Titus 70 CE. And in the end of it was a flood. And waste was decreed, and fighting until the end. And he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. And in the middle of the week he shall put an end to slaughtering and meal offering. And on the wing of abomination he shall lay waste, even until the complete end, and that which is decreed is poured out on the one who lays waste. My next lesson will be my judge is Elohim, Daniel 10 and Daniel 11 for BYNV samples. And then it'll be Daniel 12 and Daniel 1. Those are going to be for my next 2 video lessons.
I thought you didn't finish the book?
I haven't been able to finish it yet, babe. I did restart it. I did. Yep. Okay. All right. I love you all, and I hope you all have a blessed day. I'm going to be making a psalm video sometime today. I love you all. Shalom.